Welcome to Review Central, your go-to podcast for all things reviews, featuring your hosts, Jordan and Guande. From luxury hotels to Perth's hottest restaurants.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Review Central, the podcast where we review everything from hotels, flights, accommodation, restaurants, and more. I'm here with my amazing co-host, Guande Sen.
Hi, John. It's so nice to be here. Now, our podcast is going to be released on a weekly basis, so on every single Friday afternoon.
So, Guande, what is this episode covering?
So this episode is going to be on maybe the most important part of a luxury holiday. And I think that would go to luxury hotels.
Oh, exactly. And the luxury hotels we'll actually be covering today are Crown Towers Perth,
Crown Sydney,
and
the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore.
what a beautiful hotel, bringing back memories.
Yeah, bring back memories.
So, without further ado, let's get started.
Let's get started. Crown Towers Perth.
All right, Guande. So, with the Crown, they offer a lot that other hotels don't. And speaking of, let's look at the rooms and suites.
Yeah, that's the most central part of a luxury hotel.
Exactly.
So every room in Crown Towers is designed with elegance and comfort in mind. From the deluxe king rooms to the crystal villas, the accommodation is spacious, beautifully designed, and packed with high-end features. Some suites even come with a personal butler service. How's that for luxury?
That's pretty good. But what's also pretty good is the pool area. The pool area is multiple infinity pools stacked on top of each other,
Oh my God.
surrounded by beautiful private cabanas, with waitstaff bringing you drinks while you relax and take a quick dip.
How's that for a luxury holiday?
That is amazing. I mean, especially in summer, I think the pool is probably one of the best features a hotel can offer. Speaking of that, the Crown Spa has so much to offer as well. If you're in the mood to get something worthwhile, a facial, a massage, Crown will have you covered, except Guande, the prices.
The prices. Now, if you're on a bit of a tight budget, we suggest you maybe find out something else.
Maybe you find an independent spa because the prices at Crown are definitely quite expensive. But if you're a foodie, you're in luck.
There's so many good restaurants that Crown Tower has to offer, including Nobu, Rockpool, the Epicurean Buffet, the Atrium Buffet. Whether you're craving fine dining, fresh seafood, or an indulgent buffet, there's something for every taste.
And personally, I love Rockpool.
There's also exclusive bars and lounges like the waiting room.
But Crown doesn't stop there, Guande, because they have the state-of-the-art fitness facilities, except I feel like the shopping has something to be desired. I mean, there's literally only Rolex,
Yeah, Rolex.
a Pearl shop, and two other shops. Like, I think Omega's there.
Yeah, so it's a bit questionable, the shopping.
Questionable, yeah. But there's also, and what some people actually go to Crown specifically for, is the casino.
Yeah, and me and Jordan, just for your information, we're not that kind of people.
No.
But viewers who are of age,
Yeah.
you're welcome to visit there, although we never go there.
Exactly. All right, should we keep going? It also has the ultimate destination for anybody looking for luxury. Whether you're staying a night or visiting a spa or having dinner, Crown Towers has an expansive experience for you that you won't forget.
So we just went through the facilities. Now, that's not what a hotel's about. It's more so about the experiences.
Exactly.
So its experiences are what counts, but the hotel, the amenities are just there.
So, Guande, should we go into some of the reviews that people are saying about the hotel?
Yeah, the Google reviews.
Let's go through some bad reviews and maybe some good ones. So let's go through maybe the most recent. So
The most recent.
most of them actually are kind of good.
5 out of 5.
Do you want to read what? So this reviewer, John Doran, posted 3 hours ago. Guane, do you want to summarize what he kind of said? Okay.
So John Doran basically says he loves his stay and he's a returning customer. The last couple of times he's been, he had a champagne package.
Promised a champagne, yeah.
Yeah, but it never arrived.
Never arrived.
So he had to chase it up. He also said there was rubbish left outside of his room during the stay, which wasn't very elegant.
But he also said that the views and the complex are lovely with a beautiful breakfast buffet at the Epicurean.
Oh, so nice.
So John gives Crown a 5 out of 5. But there's also one here that was posted yesterday and it was not very good. Guande, do you want to summarise that one?
Well, he just basically says that it's a really experience.
And he said that it's not worth the money or effort to put in to communicate with them.
We actually did some prior research and we actually rang up the hotel staff and they were actually quite patient, weren't they?
Yeah, they were quite good. We were Americans planning to book a room next year in July. Now, let's see what Luke Terri has to say. Luke Terri is one of our guest speakers and he is an expert on travel. Expert. Let's play that for you now.
Hi, my name is Luke Terri. I hotelier for more than 22 years. I worked at the Park Hyatt in Sydney for over 5 years, which included hosting lots of different celebrity clientele, such as Kate Moss, Victoria Beckham, and of course Kim Kardashian West, who stayed with us recently.
Wonderful. So Luke, we're looking at the Crown Towers in Perth. Have you stayed there?
Once. I didn't really like it.
No. Can you tell us your experience?
It states that it is a Forbes 5-star resort out the front. However, I felt that the service was far from a 3-star hotel.
Oh, wow.
When you walk in, the bellman don't even hold the luggage for you. I felt that the staff at the front desk were very arrogant.
Oh, wow.
The cleaning did not start until we had to report them twice.
Oh my God.
There was a lack of bath amenities.
How long ago was this?
This was, I think, a year after it first opened.
Oh my goodness, that's horrible.
I think maybe 2017.
Do you remember what room you were staying in?
Just a deluxe twin.
Okay.
Yeah, just a normal room, nothing special, not a suite or anything. But they really did not care for us, and
That's horrible.
the pool service was just the worst.
Yeah,
as well.
so speaking of the amenities, what were the pool, spa, gym? Did you use any of the restaurants? What
Very
were they like?
depressing pool.
Oh.
I didn't use the spa or the gym. Very disappointing stay, and the breakfast was just disgusting.
It's out of the Epicurean.
Yeah, very watery food selection. The fruit was horribly cut up. Bread assortment 2-star. And then the pâtissier selection and the La Croisette and the preserve selection was disgusting. The only good thing was that they had the variety, like they had Western cuisine in combination with Asian, more Eastern cuisine. So we had Indian breakfast available, Chinese, Taiwanese breakfast available, Japanese breakfast. I thought that was really accommodating. However, it wasn't executed to the best of their ability.
Well, thank you, Luke. He severely did not like Crown and said that the Epicurean...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he said that the Epicurean food was watery, which is not what we found.
Not expected.
No. But should we move on to our next hotel, Guande?
So the next hotel we've got on the list is...
The Crown Towers in Sydney.
So it's the same thing, but just in a different location.
Exactly.
Now, is it the same thing, Jordan?
Well, it's the same company and it's similar, except it's smaller, but
Oh, no.
it does actually offer more amenities.
More?
So the Crown Towers Sydney actually offers, although the pool is smaller, it's still an infinity pool similar to the Marina Bay Sands.
Oh, good.
And it also provides a tennis court on the roof, which is...
wow.
Exactly, on the roof terrace. Well, not on the roof of the building, but on the top floor of the terrace,
Yeah.
which is something really nice to see as a tennis player.
Yeah, I've never seen it before.
No.
And as a tennis player, I love tennis. We train every single Tuesday and Thursday, but that's something for later.
Exactly. Not only that, but the Crown Sydney is home to so many nice luxury restaurants, from Italian to Nobu to the Epicurean, of course. And they've also got a beautiful crystal club. But Guande, should we look at what some people on Google are actually saying about Crown Tower Sydney?
Exactly. Now, as I said, the experience is the ultimate
Wow, they've
goal
got-
that they have to offer. Now, if they just offer amenities, but the experience is then I don't think it's a very good hotel, is it?
They
So now
actually have 723 reviews, averaging 4.1 stars, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
So let's go with the most recent, because that's kind of what we're here for. Just a quick mention, we probably won't keep this in the podcast, except Demon has given Crown Towers Sydney a 5 out of 5 and has said, this is where Drake lives. Wow.
Honestly.
Okay. Let's keep going down. Oh, here we go. Okay, 2 days ago, James Ashwin
Oh, yeah.
has given Crown a 5 out of 5.
Oh, the photos look amazing.
Oh my goodness.
So let's have a read.
That is a beautiful
That
pool.
is a beautiful pool. He said
Yeah.
that he stayed in the most spacious and luxury room with night views across the Sydney Harbour. The restaurants around the towers are next level, as Jordan said. And he's also a big fan of Nobu, like Jordan said. Highly recommend. We'll be back for soon.
Exactly. Nobu sounds like a nice restaurant there, and he especially loved that. Except, why don't we go and see what some of the criticism is?
Oh, yeah, 1 out of 5.
So, Nat Bradford posted this review 2 weeks ago, and it says, really disappointing.
Oh.
Staffing issue, check-in chaos, dirty rooms, furniture had bodily fluid stains on them.
Oh my God.
Oh
what
my
the is that?
Oh my goodness, Guande, look at that bodily fluid.
Oh, I see the bodily fluid.
Oh my goodness. Not only that, the towels had holes in them.
Oh,
so
goodness me.
Not 5-star experience. Response from hotel says, we'll let housekeeping know.
Oh, that is so shit.
Oh my goodness. Not even remotely good. Well, Guande,
No.
that's not great, but
I'm glad we made it across.
Exactly.
We made the message across.
I actually didn't have a great experience when I went there the last time. When I went there, the bedside tables have this weird pull-out plug socket. And when I plugged in my charger, right, because I have an Apple MagSafe charger.
Oh, yeah, Apple, yeah.
Apple. And when I go out to explore the beautiful Sydney Circular Quay.
Exactly.
And come back, you won't believe what happened.
What happened?
The housekeeping staff shoved my cord through the cupboard. It broke the cord.
Oh, that is so
I know. You won't believe this, right? I complained to the manager, and guess what she said?
What did she say?
She literally said, we won't be able to give you a full refund because it still charges.
That is so disrespectful.
I know.
If it's items damaged, you need a full refund.
Exactly. There's not separate degrees of damage. There's 1 degree of damage.
And it's broken or not.
It's broken or not, exactly. So I also had quite a 1-star experience. Also, the Chromecast. I mean, there's Chromecast on the TV, which is nice to see, but it
Yeah.
barely worked. We literally had to call up someone every 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's shocking.
Well, let's see what Luke Terri says about this. Hopefully it's good. I know you haven't stayed there explicitly, but you've been to the Crown Towers in Sydney, right?
I've been to the Italian bar. Beautiful service. The drinks
wonderful.
superb.
Wonderful.
Best mocktail list I think I've ever seen in Australia, except for Noosa. And Epicurean buffet. My. Very well executed.
Yeah.
Very well
I'd agree.
done.
Yeah.
The service, excellent. The food, honestly, probably the best dining experience I've had in Sydney so far. Caviar on the hand upon arrival. Most really nice list of champagnes provided. Excellent dessert patissier selection. I have to say it was really, really well done.
Now, one of the good things we did find was that the Crown was in such a good location. Is that
In Sydney?
Yeah, in
no,
Sydney.
I disagree.
Oh, okay.
I think that Barangaroo is quite isolated from the rest of the CBD. I mean, if you lived there in an apartment, it'd be beautiful for living. But for any tourist, I think it's a horrible location. Because first of all, the train situation over there is a nightmare. And second of all, it's best to stay towards the Rocks and Circular Quay area.
Yeah.
Or towards Hyde Park when you're staying in Sydney. I do not recommend for tourists. But if anyone in Australia who is a revisiting
Sydney.
person who's interested in staying there, I highly recommend it. And the pool, stunning.
Yep. Wow, Luke. He definitely had a good experience, except he unfortunately didn't actually stay at the hotel. But he loved the environment. And the location, he said, could have been a bit better.
Yeah, which was good.
Yeah. I think the hotel is in actually quite a good location, but it is quite pricey. I think you've got something good to say about our next hotel, which is Guande.
The Marina Bay Sands. Now I'm so excited for this one.
Bringing back memories.
Yeah, bring back memories. Now, Jordan, have you stayed at Marina?
I haven't stayed there. I have been inside, but why don't you tell us all about the Marina Bay Sands?
Oh, I'm so excited. So basically, the Marina Bay Sands, you've got people opening the doors for you. The staff was very nice. And there's 3 towers. We stayed in Tower 3. Now, Tower 3 is a more newer one.
Yep.
And one thing I had to point out was the infinity pool at the very top. So how it works is there's an infinity pool that lies on top of the 3 towers.
It's almost like that boat kind of
the boat
surfboard
shape
thing. Yeah,
now you can
boat
search it
shape.
up yourself. It was absolutely amazing. The views were amazing.
Oh, yeah.
We've been to the pool like 5 times a day just to take photos and
I love
just to
that.
enjoy the amenities.
And when we did visit there, oh my goodness, the views from the
Botanic Garden.
Botanic Gardens are beautiful up there.
Oh yeah, Gardens by the Bay.
Gardens by the Bay.
Is so amazing.
Oh my goodness.
So it's in a very good location.
Guande, what room did you stay in, and how were the rooms and the service?
So I think we just stayed in the standard room because it can get a bit costly.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe like $1,000 a pop.
Oh my god.
So we just stayed there. The room was massive, and our cleaner, well, they actually don't call them cleaners, they call them room stylists. Oh, can you believe that? I know, room stylists.
Room stylist. You know, just a quick off topic. When I was staying at the Hilton in Surfers Paradise in Gold
Yeah.
Coast, they called the maintenance staff engineers. And I was like, what? One of our lights is broken. I'll get the engineer to come up. And then I was like, do you have engineers or property? Oh no, just the maintenance stuff. Anyway.
Oh, they just give really random
I
names to make
know.
them sound better.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue on with the Marina Bay
yeah,
Sands stuff.
And our room stylist was so nice. She gave us lots of free amenities like the pens and lots of notebooks, and she gave us so many shampoos for us to take home.
I love that.
Yeah, and the amenities were quite good. I can't remember the brand, but they were really good.
Wonderful.
And the bathroom was massive. It
What
was
was that?
actually massive.
Did it come with a bathtub?
No, it was just a standing shower, but
Okay.
it was massive.
But was it, you know, those showers that have like those detachable
Yeah.
did they have that?
Yeah, it had those.
Oh, wonderful.
I think it was like Grown brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Should we look at some online reviews?
Yeah, we'll look at some online reviews.
Okay, let me pull it up.
So overall, it was an amazing stay for me personally. However, for the price, we didn't get buffet breakfast, which was a really letdown. And now I also actually remember that the security things that prevent people from entering.
Oh, the pool. Are you talking about that?
No, the rail that gets attached onto the doors when you're sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah, those fell off.
Oh, like those things on the room to prevent other people from coming in. Oh,
on the inside of
okay.
the door. Yeah.
Okay, well, some quality control issues.
Yeah, some
but-
quality control issues.
Now, the Marina Bay Sands has a whopping 4.7
review.
average reviews. And I am so impressed. They have 54,234 reviews in
Hold
total.
on. Can you just zoom in on the 2 stars? They have no 2-star
No
ratings.
2 stars. And also,
Mainly
barely
5
anyone.
stars.
They have mainly, by a long shot, more, probably about 70% of them are 5 stars.
Yes, so many 5 stars.
So, should we go most recent? And
Most
let's
recent.
see. Okay, so our first one posted 5 minutes ago has said nothing. Esha
Adeg boy.
a digger boy
Yep.
says beautiful place to visit, 5 out of 5. I'll try and get another one, except Guande. I think this is the best we're going to get. We have a 2 out of 5. Now, do you want to kind of summarize what they're kind of saying? Why did they give that review?
So this person called Chi Fon Fu said that really only the Infinity Pool and Sky Park was the reason they booked, and I completely agree with that. But she said that there's no value for the money spent, and Yeah, I kind of understand that because you don't get buffet breakfast.
Yeah, she even says buffet breakfast, long queues unless you go early. So even like, I think she's probably saying like, it's for what you get, it's good, except for the money that you're paying, it could be better.
Yeah, it could be better.
Okay, let's try and find a 5-star review with a bit more detail. And by the way, these reviews are so recent. Like the most recent one was posted 5 minutes ago. Then
Yeah,
I've got
it's a very popular hotel.
Very
It's the
popular.
landmark hotel of Singapore. And if you go to Singapore, I highly recommend you stay there. You can tell your colleagues, your friends. It's just a thing to flex. It's a really good thing to flex, in my opinion.
Exactly. Okay, so
Hens,
Lookoff posted a 5 out of 5 review 2 days ago on Google, and it said, and now this is translated by Google, and it says, great views over Singapore from the viewing terrace. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to spend the night in the hotel and use the rooftop pool. Guande, have you ever used the rooftop pool at night, and is it nice?
Oh, yes. It is so nice.
So
I think it's like green. They've like put lights in the pool that makes
and
it look
it's like
green.
opened at night.
Yeah, it's
that's
open
something
at
that
night.
Crown doesn't do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's because it's just such a landmark.
Oh my goodness, beautiful. Now we'll just go to like a 1-star review just to kind of see what
The one stars.
one
thinking.
stars. Except I would say the top 50 of these reviews are 5-star. But let's go to the lowest scores. So this person a month ago, Freddie, posted a 1-star review. Guande, do you want to? Oh my god.
Oh, this is a lot. So this person basically says, for food court service, food quality at the food court was not at its best. And I don't think they're even connected. So why would you talk about that? Now, speaking of that, the Marina Bay Sands is right next to the shopping centre. They've got Bulgari. They've got so many good shopping locations. So if you haven't got a room and you've just landed in Singapore, I highly recommend you have breakfast, lunch, or something at the food court. It's amazing. It's not like a dodgy food court. It's like actually a good food court. And lots of people in Singapore, they actually don't cook. They just go to food courts.
Well, should we hear from Luke Terri? Because I know it's going to be glowing, but we'll hear from Luke Terri and see what he says.
Yeah.
Okay. The Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. So,
Oh my god.
can you tell your experience and give us a quick overview?
I think everyone should have to stay there at least once in their life because it is a life-changing, tumultuous experience. It's most fantastic. Basically, we were staying in Tower 2. They've actually renovated at the moment, so I haven't been there since the renovation, but I've been there before the renovation, which was the original design. It is the most opulent experience I think I've ever had in Singapore, apart from the raffles. It is stunning. You walk in, you have a private check-in for suite guests with, like, you give your passport, your credit card.
What room
we
were
were
you in?
in a club suite
Wait,
with
everyone.
Marina Bay view.
Oh.
It was just stunning, off the level.
So, what are the amenities like? Pool, spa, gym, restaurants?
Well, they had the most, like,
Room
because we were
service?
in a suite, we had access to Club 55, which is an exclusive members club lounge.
I love that.
It was amazing.
A bit better than Crystal Club.
Oh, a lot better. You had 24/7 service. You could go in there whenever you wanted. There was always an attendant there if you wanted a drink, a canapé, the pool. Oh my gosh.
Beautiful.
So good. The only thing I didn't like was that there was too many people taking selfies of themselves. But there was half of the pool that was dedicated to like lap swimming and that. But the view is just sublime. It's just most extravagant.
Wonderful.
And if you are of age, I highly recommend going to, I think it's called Club 21, which is on the terrace. The most amazing cocktail bar. Really nice ambience. And then after night's adults only, so it gets even better with the lights. It's a really good atmosphere. And also the access to the shopping mall down below is superb. You've got some of the world's best labels of clothing, some of the world's best Michelin chefs, like and Sophie Pick. You've got Gordon Ramsay, Wolfgang Puck. You have everyone at the touch of your finger. It's the most amazing experience, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's from Australia. It's a quick flight.
Yep.
It's amazing. Marina Bay Sands is for someone who seeks luxury but it's also for families who don't require that sort of resort style ability when they're booking a hotel. And the service, you can ring, like I rang at 11:30 at night to request like some more tea or whatever, and they were like within 5 seconds answered the phone and within a few minutes gave it to me. So I had this beautiful Wedgwood tea set in the bath at midnight, and it was amazing. Anyway, the service there is so good as well. Wonderful. Everyone's so kind.
Well, thank you so much, Luke, for that amazing review. We really appreciate all that you've done, Luke, and we hope to have you as a guest on this podcast as well again. So thank you. That was Luke Terri. And Guande, I think that's all of our hotels.
That's all of our hotels, and we've covered quite a lot actually, in quite some detail.
Exactly.
So I hope you've gained something from our episode.
Exactly. Thank you so much for tuning in to our first episode of Review Central. I'm Jordan Banterman.
And I am Guande Sen.
And next episode, we will be covering
Perth restaurants.
Perth luxury restaurants, I might add.
Luxury restaurants.
And maybe not so luxury. We'll see.
Yep. And we're not going to give you the list. That's for next Friday afternoon.
You can also find us on Apple Podcast and on Spotify. Thank you so much. Have a great Friday afternoon and have a great weekend.